All right, and we're live.
How's it going?
Hey.
Ready to get this started?
Get started. Introduce yourself.
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Silent Hero, and I will be your evening entertainment. Either your lovely, velvety, smooth voice to fall asleep to, or your hype entertainment if you're, in another time zone where it's not ass o'clock. I'm going to be demoing off an amazing, just an absolutely splendiferous RPG speedrun in Final Fantasy X-2. So I hope you all are excited and just ready to experience the glory that is butt mugging.
Butt mugging. The chat is they're getting two of the best voices in this marathon at the same time.
That's your treat. We planned this out specifically. If you could stay up this late, then you could get two of the most dulcet tones.
Indeed.
I'm ready to get started if you guys are.
Let's do it.
Alright, so time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. This run comes at you fast. Normally there's a long intro cutscene, but this is why we run on PC. We can skip cutscenes. So basically what's going on here to catch up to speed if you're unfamiliar with X-2 is, after the events of the first game and saving the world, our hero decided they wanted to go on a road trip and just live life and be a pop star.
Want in on this number? Then show me your moves.
Think you can keep
But one of our prized possessions was stolen, and we're here to get it back. And if you are familiar with X-2, this is not going to be your average run. Well, probably anything that you're used to, because this is any percent. Which means we are going to be using the creature capture mechanic. Think like Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all.
Well, we gotta catch 4.
Oh, there you go. That's not a very. It's a very low number.
It's all we need.
There you go.
We're gonna have the power of Brother, 2 goons, and a very, very angry Flan.
How's that?
I have played a Final Fantasy game before, so I recognize some of those names.
I would probably say Flan is what you recognized.
Yes. It's like the goopy monsters, right?
That is the Goopy monster, yes.
All right.
Move!
So yeah, if you're a big fan of the girls, enjoy it while it lasts, because pretty much after the prologue here, we're not going to see them in combat again. They'll still be in cutscenes, but not in combat. They don't kill things as efficiently. And we're about going fast. Duck in the corner there. If you touch any of those goons, it does force an encounter. Obviously, we want to ignore as many encounters as we can.
Where's the imposter?
Are there random encounters in this game, or is it mainly just the overworld? Like, if you touch a character, it starts an encounter?
There are random encounters, yes, but very, very early on, we are going to get an accessory that disables them.
Oh, nice.
So no encounters we're going to have to worry about after, like, the 30-minute mark, essentially, for the rest of the run. And all of our experience we will get from bosses.
Nice. Efficient.
There we go, got the Iron Bangle. We need to get these early steals because of the gil required to buy the no encounter accessory.
Don't hold out on me. That's
The bulk of this run is knowing exactly
But it
when you
won't
can
be yours
skip
for long,
cutscenes and knowing how
Let's do
to
it.
set up your monsters so they can very quickly and efficiently take out everybody. We've got our one and only magical girl transformation of the run right here.
Hey, eyes on me.
If you see the little yellow chain symbol come up, and I'll be mentioning chains as the run goes on, if you sync up attacks, you can actually get combos. And the higher the combo, the more bonus damage you get. So it's kind of like reverse of a fighting game where it has hit decay. This one you get just more damage.
I won't let you off so easily next time.
So making sure that you wait until everyone can attack together allows you to do more damage and thus kill things faster. Alright, and that is it for our prologue.
That was pretty quick.
My body
4
just
minutes.
started dancing. Then
Got a few little arbitrary story flags we gotta plant here, and then we will go into capturing our monsters.
I've complete.
You said for those of us familiar with Final Fantasy X, I guess it's 10, right? Final Fantasy
has
10.
improved
Correct.
quite a bit.
For those of us who are not familiar, who are these people, and why are you like a K-pop star or something?
Okay, so Yuna, who is the character that we control, is one of the protagonists and was the main story crux of the first game. She was a summoner, think like a magical person that can call forth spiritual monsters by going on a spiritual pilgrimage to different temples.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, after defeating the big bad with said spiritual monsters, she just decided she wanted to take a vacation because there's no evil in the world anymore. There's no bad. So this is, kind of what would happen in a world where we don't have to worry about the big bad anymore.
Okay. And somehow that means that she's a world-renowned singer.
Yeah, that part's really not explained. It's just surprise. She's a singer now.
All right, cool. Well, there you go.
All right, this is the creature capture system. Here's the angry Flan we need, Mr. Flan Azul. And now we're looking for very specific monsters out of SpeedDocsAThon. If we're on PB pace, we would reset if we get the bad monsters, but obviously we kind of got to stick it out. There's one of our goons. I wasn't kidding, they are actually called goons.
All right.
Here
Goon squad.
We've got a goon and a she-goon. And of course we got both snakes, so that would be the worst possible capture. Of course, the good news is there's no monsters left, so we will get our goon now, and we've got our party. I need to do a little bit of menuing. Basically, this game is a class-based game. Just a second while I do this menuing here.
Down with the bourgeoisie. No, didn't get a laugh. All right, never mind.
There we go. But yeah, this is a class-based game, and we are going to be setting everyone up as thieves, because thieves have the fastest ATB, which stands for Active Time Battle. If you're not familiar with the series.
Treasure
Yeah, there was a switch. I think it was like Final Fantasy 5, no 4, where they switched from turn-based to active time battle gauge.
Sacred Mount Gagas.
Which basically means you can only take a turn when your bar is full.
You'll notice it where their name is down on the bottom of the screen whenever they're in combat.
Don't tell me we gotta climb up that thing.
Whenever the bar is full,
No
then they can do
worries.
their move.
I'll take you to the top.
And this is
All right,
our... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All I was going to say is, now we've captured our monsters, what's next on the agenda?
All right, we got our monsters set up. Now we've got to go through our basically overworld tutorial. The game tried to do a little bit of experiment and make it kind of action platformy a little bit. A notion that they wouldn't revisit until Lightning returns.
Oh, we're like.
But this is kind of like the beta version of adding some platforming and exploration elements to the series.
Just.
So while we're controlling Yuna, we're gonna have little sections where I'm gonna need to jump across ledges, solve remedial puzzles and things like that.
Not what I would expect from a Final Fantasy game, but here we are.
It is very different. But honestly, that's where I think a lot of the charm is. The 10-2 gets a lot of bad rap on the internet, mostly from people that never played past Chapter 1.
A scathing review from SilentHeroLive.
But I think this game is absolutely fantastic. If you play it for what it is and let it do its thing, then there is a very good game to be had here. Now, controlling monsters in combat is a little bit different. I have no direct control over them. All I can do, if you look in the top left of the screen, you see the stars. And I have it set to attack like mad. How monster battles work is basically a sliding scale of attack to defense.
And this is the thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
So 5 stars is, maximum attack, minimum defense, and then 0 stars is the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is we want to keep everybody on, the highest attack that we can to do maximum damage, unless a scary attack is coming, in which case we hide in our shell and cry to mommy.
All right.
You look a tad.
Logos, Ormi, and LeBlanc here are like the Team Rocket of the game, if you will. They're set up to be your initial villains, but they're really bad at being villains.
This is very Team Rocket.
Yeah. And the last time I said this on a marathon, I got actually into next week. And yes, I understand they are all based off of the Dorenbo gang or whatever from Japanese whatever. I get it. But more people understand the Team Rocket reference than whatever reference that is. Yeah, they're gonna be... LeBlanc's gang are gonna show up, be annoying, we're gonna stop their plans, and then by the end we'll all just be happy-go-lucky friends.
Oh, you know how I hate the damn.
Sorry, boss.
One note I would like to point out is when you're actually going for PB or world record attempts, we actually run the game in simplified Chinese. But for marathon purposes, you gotta take into consideration entertainment. People probably already don't know what's going on. They know even less about what's going on when everything's in simplified Chinese.
I would imagine so.
So,
How much time does it save?
not as much as you would think. It's like a 5-minute difference, but still, 5 minutes is 5 minutes. If you could give any runner a 5-minute PB just for switching languages, I think they would take it. So we are basically our little gang of misfits of Yuna, her cousin Riku, and their goth friend Pain. We are a group called the Sphere Hunters. And basically in this universe, there are like magical spheres that you can use to record movies. And we kind of collect those. The idea is we're trying to find specific ones that link to our dead boyfriend from the previous game. But there's no way to know what's on them until we watch them.
Gotcha.
So that's why we started this Grand Crusade. And the reason we're here is we got word that there is a sphere at the top of this tower. And then once we got here, we met with the LeBlanc gang and got into a race to the top.
This is like post-apocalyptic, where like all the YouTube memes are like saved on hard drives and they're scattered around the world.
Yeah, it kind of is actually. Because that's like always the risk that you run, like in this game, is like finding a sphere. Like sometimes it's really good. You find like ancient relics of the past with all kinds of information. And then other times you see people just standing in line at a concert. Just doing nothing, picking their nose.
There you go. By the way, no pressure. Just let me know whenever you have time for a donation.
Now would be an excellent time for a donation. We just got some cutscenes to mash through.
Awesome. So, we got a $45 donation from Breach that says,
Well,
can we get the 1,000-word sing-along as well?
You really gonna have me sing 1,000 words in addition to watching the cutscene? Which, speaking of, how are we doing on that? Have we met that incentive?
Let me double check. I think that was it. That was it.
So that sounded like a very
officially met.
specific amount.
Yes. That is it. We have officially met the Final Fantasy X-2 Watch 1,000 Words cutscene.
All right. You all are in for a treat.
Oh boy. Not sure about the singing. I'll leave that to you, but
Alright. After each mission, we basically kind of get teleported back to our little mother base here, which is our airship. And first things first, we got some business to take care of. All of those accessories we stole and picked up along the way, we need to sell those so that way we get enough money to buy the No Encounters accessories here in a little bit. We want to sell everything but the muscle belt. That's going to be useful later. Alright, and we've got enough money. Basically, we needed to make sure that we broke 9,000 gil. And we are good on money for the rest of the run.
really, the rest of the run.
Yep.
No items?
We'll be getting a couple of items out of chests
It's not very exciting.
later on. That will be like the final coup de grace.
But we can use
But
it as a
as
dress
far as like purchasing anything, we are done.
Woo!
Well, we've got enough money to buy what we need.
Going to your state.
So this game was set up to be non-linear. You have access to the entire world from just the outset, and it's set up. You know, different areas have different difficulties.
The calm.
So you can do things in any order, but there's definitely an intended order. And when you're playing this casually, that's another one of the things that I really enjoyed is just the idea that you have access to the entire world just from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, that's a very interesting approach from a Final Fantasy game, which is, typically a very, linear story-based system. And I was like, oh yeah, go to whatever region you want. You're going to get destroyed if you go to the wrong one, but, you know.
I have heard tales of a run that can get 0 random encounters up to this point, but I have yet to see it actually happen. I think it's a myth. But good news is, this guy right here, gonna buy 410 credits. Trade in some of those credits for a charm bangle. And then ride the hover to the travel agency. That charm bangle disables all random encounters for the rest of the game. And now we just need to buy 5 wristbands. And we can equip everybody. Brother is going to get the charm bangle and a wristband. Goon 1 is going to get 2 wristbands. And the Fem Goon is going to get a wristband and a muscle belt. Alright, and we are equipped. So now we are returning to Yuna's homeland, the town she was born in, and where your journey starts in the first game. This is what the cutscene there tells you. This is the first time that she's been back since going off and being a pop star. So you get to see how things have changed. Now, just a couple of things of note. On the PC version, physics are broken. You may have already noticed with Yuna's skirt is that it is not flowing like it's supposed to. And Lulu's got a little something about Mary going on with her hair. You'll notice when we get a second to see Lulu for more than a half second.
Since you've come all this...
Yeah, it just, her ponytail just kind of stands up like that.
That's a fashion statement.
It's a something.
How's it not broken off at this point? Like, she literally turned and hit the door frame, like, as she was walking in.
I mean, she's a black mage, so I'm gonna say magic.
Okay, that's fair. It's a javelin, yeah, you're right.
Good morning.
It's like she went to the Olympic Games and got hit, and then she was like, no, it's not an accident.
She's just running with it. Just refuses to admit that there's a javelin sticking in the back of her head.
Well, if they remove it, then she dies. So she's stuck with it now.
Oh, so it's like the shrapnel from Metal Gear Solid 5.
Exactly. They take it out, but then then they the blood vessels have grown around it. But now it's part of her.
All right, we got a game for chat here. The main gimmick of this area is the thing we need to find is locked behind a magical door that has a 4-digit password. We're going to find 3 of the 4 digits. We have to guess the 4th digit. It is a number between 0 and 9, of course. Now, chat, what number do you think the missing digit is going to be? Got 2 callouts for a 7. Now we're starting to see some diversity. 0, 2s, 5s. All right, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We want 0s, but you know, marathon luck. It doesn't like that. All right, let's see. It was 4039. We got first try numbers. Let's go.
Woo!
Something wrong?
Somebody give AP a cigar. For being the only one to guess 0. Alright, now here is our first boss, if you will.
Find us.
It's kind of a, every mission has a big enemy that you have to fight. And what we want our monsters to do is just use attacks. And that's exactly what they did. That was an excellent fight. There is a chance that your monsters can use abilities. Oh, watch Yuna's skirt here. It's my favorite thing in the whole run.
One more.
This goes from regular dress, flowing skirt to mini skirt. Just,
That's some advanced technology.
I would wear that. Like, I want a magical mini skirt. You just push a button, it's just.
And
But,
anything?
yeah, your monsters have a chance to either just attack or use one of the abilities that they have. And we want to minimize the amount of abilities because abilities take time to use. If you see a purple bar filling up by their name, that means they're charging up an ability. We don't want them to do that. Abilities suck, they don't do much damage, and they take up time.
Read me? You
So the
guys
more just auto attacks we can get, the better off we're going to be. Yeah, pretty much for the entirety of Chapter 1, we're just going around collecting spheres. We haven't been introduced to the main antagonist yet.
That night, I wanted to keep that. Now,
This area is kind of just a lot of unskippable cutscenes, so now is an excellent time to get in donations if you want them read. Or if you've got questions to ask, now is a good time to get those in.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have any more donations. No, just the one from Breach earlier. So, I guess I have some questions.
Sure.
So why is it specifically that you get the monsters? They're just better in combat? Like they do more damage, or?
Yes, they do a lot more damage. The way monsters work is with...
yes. I've been helping Sid with his work.
It's supposed to be part of a completely side part of the game where you can do a monster arena
People come from all...
and fight monsters against monsters, and they all have like special abilities and stuff like that. But for some reason, they just decided to go ahead and let you use those monsters in the base game.
If you...
And they're not balanced for the base game because the enemies and the bosses are all geared towards what the girls would be and what level that you would normally be for that part of the story. And the monsters are significantly more powerful than that. Their stats are higher, and how they learn abilities is through accessories.
What was the clue again?
Oh, so then you can just buy them and equip them with different things. Now they got different moves.
Correct, yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
and we're
head out.
like you know, you saw
Yes,
we got
sir.
the Flan, but notice that Flan is not in the party.
I did notice, yeah.
Which
We
way?
Flan is going to beat the game for us, but we're not ready to use him yet. Right now, he's just a pile of blue pudding. He's got to build his rage. He's gonna sit on the bench and get angry. And when he has reached peak angry, then we'll pull him off the bench and let him finish the game for us.
All right. I assume you'll be going more into that as we go further in.
Anyways,
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
But
This is
God
Hannah.
Flan
And this
is
is Taro.
one of my favorite things about this
nice
run.
to meet you, Lady Yuna.
Cool. All right.
The
What
first
do you
time I
think?
saw it, learning the
There's
route,
things
I
around.
was like, I can't believe that this got past playtesting. And it's not a glitch. It is not. This is there are no glitches. There's no everything that we are doing is intended and is done by the game's code. They just really did not
You hear on
focus
some kind of
test
treasure hunt?
these abilities
So
very well.
key must be a clue to finding the treasure.
Uh-huh, that's right.
If you've played earlier Final Fantasies
Guilford,
and are familiar with the spell Flare,
Go.
Yeah.
then you've got something to look forward to.
Kindergartens!
Okay.
Move
And
out.
that's all I'll say for now. Can't give away all the
See you later,
secrets.
Luna.
You gotta leave a little bit of suspense in there, you know?
15 gil for a clue?
And we'll figure out how a level 2 flan is works in with that whole plan.
Come in.
The flan with a plan.
Oh, hey. Nah, it's just that I...
But the creature capture is actually a really, really involved site. It's almost its own game that they added into the game.
What?
It wasn't originally part of the initial PS2 release. It was something that they added to the International,
We won't let
which we didn't get. It was Japanese exclusive. But when making the HD conversion, they used the International as the base. So this was kind of the first chance that players outside of Japan got to fiddle with this game mechanic.
Gotcha.
Each chapter has different monsters you can get. On New Game Plus, you can get bosses and add to your party. It's pretty intense.
There's no way that they balanced the game around that concept.
No, they absolutely did not. They balanced it for the arena, and that they were good with that, and just made the decision somewhere along the line to be like, yeah, sure, they can use it in the story. Why not? So like I was saying earlier, there are no major glitches in this run. There's no really glitches at all. We're gonna use one cutscene buffer to skip a cutscene, but that's literally it. Normally we do it twice, but since we're watching 1,000 Words, we're not gonna do it twice this time. So there's no real way that you can ruin your run. So it makes it super marathon safe, and in addition to that, because there's no out of bounds, there's no frame perfect tricks, there's not all this crazy stuff you gotta have memorized and see into the matrix to pull off. It makes for a speed walk. If you don't want to try and get a competitive time, but you want to just get a feel for the route, or if you just want to learn, get your toes wet in RPG speedrunning, this is a fantastic place to start. Because you can one-to-one just follow the guide, do what you need to, go back to the guide, and there's no fear of, oh, well, I messed up a trick and now the run's dead.
Come to buy a...
Fleeting up. Turning this place.
So?
Well, it's...
Oh,
We're skipping through all of the dialogue. The significance of why everybody's mad, well, everyone in our party is mad about this. We are in the first game, the area we are in was the final destination for all summoners on their pilgrimage. This was a very sacred holy land, essentially.
2 years ago.
And our uncle has turned it into a gift shop.
That kooky uncle, always turning things into gift shops.
Yeah, so Yuna's kind of upset that
You have done well
a place
to
that
make
was
it this
so
far,
important to
Spear
her
Hunters.
and just kind of important to Spear's history is now
You will
Disney.
not have the treasure you seek so easily.
So we fight.
If you want the treasure, you must speak the password.
Password?
The clues?
oh, I know. The password is monkey.
Yes,
None of
good.
this cutscene can
Okay,
be
so now
skipped.
tell me,
It doesn't
what
stop me
is the
from
meaning of
mashing.
that?
As you can see, I will mash the whole playthrough.
What?
For 2 hours,
The call.
45 minutes, I do not stop mashing. Probably a nervous tick that I've developed, but, you know.
Wait a minute. This voice sounds familiar. Is that Isaru?
What are you doing?
My job. I bring excitement to those who've come to see this sacred place.
Isaru here was one of
I
the
too once traveled with the hope of seeing this place someday.
summoners from the first game that
Working
was
here
also
somehow
on a
fulfills
pilgrimage
that
to try
wish.
and save the world.
I see.
And now he's reduced to circus clown, basically.
Okay, thanks for coming.
That's a
And
yikes for me, dog.
remember,
Yeah.
ruins of
Feel bad for him.
Zanarkand will be waiting.
He could summon Bahamut. That was his Aeon of choice. Now he's doing this.
Ex-summoners come in all flavors.
The economy is in a bit of a downturn, you know. He's
Apparently
just got to
so.
pick up where he can.
Done here?
Yeah, the hero economy really just went down the
sphere of
toilet when we
Silentfinder
defeated the
picked
big
up the
bad.
signal. There should still be a sphere
We didn't
nearby.
really have
how it goes.
we didn't have a plan B for this. We never thought anyone would
Okay, let's
actually
try this
do the
again.
thing, and then we did the thing, and now it's... Well, what do we do now? So one of the missions, like in a casual play, if you're going for 100%, one of the like the game-long side missions for this place is to actually overflow it with monkeys. So that way it runs all the tourists off.
Aha! Found ya!
We're not alone.
Think we need a password?
How about kick its ass?
I love Pain. She's so delightfully edgy. All we want to see out of our goons and brother here is just all attacks, and then as soon as I say that, brother is going for armor break. Good job, brother. You broke the pattern and did a whopping 87 damage. Are you proud of yourself, buddy? Why can't you be more like Goon? Goon knows what's up.
Why can't you be more like your brother?
What really confuses me about Sid naming his son brother is that he was the firstborn. Like, I could kind of see it if he was the second child. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna be a brother. But
Is
like,
that the actual canonical
only
name is
half a
brother?
sphere.
that's his name, his brother.
All that.
Yeah, that's not like a nickname. That is just his name.
Can't hurt to take it with
Brother.
us.
Brother.
Brother? Is he Hulk Hogan?
How bad is the Mississippi of Spira? Oh god.
Gone wings! The wing! Cudido!
If you played 10 but skipped out on 10-2, this is Kilika now. Kilika in the first game was destroyed and was in the process of rebuilding the whole game. Now that it's a couple of years in the future, you can see that they've actually done a really good job with building up and expanding out. It looks like a real town again, instead of just a smoldering heap of plywood. In the greater lore of things, we have a political struggle that's going on between two factions. The Youth League and New Yevon. Their goals and ideologies are not exactly important. It's more that that's what our initial hurdle we've got to jump over is. Because while we're trying to sphere hunt and be cool and do stuff like that, they have military outposts set up and are fighting over turf, basically. So it's always a struggle of how do we tiptoe, get what we need done without getting involved in a political struggle. And our first step is we've got to get through a security checkpoint for the Youth League. I think it's Youth League. I can't remember, actually. It's been so long since I've actually played the story. And the only way we get through is by knowing the password. Fortunately for us, password is the same every time. So I don't have to try and count the soldiers. Unlike the cipher in Besaid, this password is always the same. And this is our chapter boss. I'm gonna be risky, and I'm not going to take them off full strength. And we're gonna pray that our goon doesn't get their lights punched out.
Did I just see Brother do like a butt slam?
You did. Yep. The attack.
Oh, that's what you meant by butt mugging.
That is 100% what I meant by butt mugging.
How you like that?
Yep, Brother as a thief has his attack replaced with mug, and he attacks with his butt. So enjoy that visual of how you mug someone with just your butt cheeks.
Okay.
Actually, we're spear hunters.
We have an emote just for that.
Hot butt mugging.
So,
What I want to know is, how did they fit all that butt into those jeans?
Go, Wings, let's
They had
go!
help.
It's a struggle.
Sorry, Donna. The spear is ours.
Are these girls like the Charlie's Angels?
Pretty much. That's kind of what they were going for.
Okay. I'm getting it. I'm picking up.
Yeah, there's some serious Charlie's Angel vibes.
Tough luck.
And that's chapter 1.
Now you said that this is like non-linear, right? So what does chapter 1 entail?
So each chapter, while it is non-linear, each chapter has basically like goals that you need to accomplish
How does spear analysis go?
in order to progress the story forward. You can do them in any order, you can do them whenever, and when you get to when you've completed all of your basically story flags, it'll take you to a final area, which for chapter 1 is Kilika. They'll be like, you can no longer select where to go, you have to go here. And then this is story progression. When you finish that, you'll roll over to a new chapter. And then the world updates and you can go about your business, and basically you get to redo all the areas for each chapter. Now what I'm doing here is a cutscene buffer. Like I said, we use this to skip a cutscene later. Square, in their infinite wisdom, allow you to skip some cutscenes, but not others. I don't understand it. But basically what we're doing is we watch that cutscene, so that way we can skip a longer cutscene here in like 10 minutes. Because when if you saw down in the lower right, the skip showed up. What happens is if the cutscene ends while that skip button is present, it carries it over into the next cutscene, and will let you skip it whether or not it's a skippable cutscene. So it's kind of like you're saving it in the memory.
Wow. That's a little bit of an oversight.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't just let you skip the cutscenes anyways, but here we are.
Yeah, well, certain ones are more important than others, apparently.
Clearly. Alright, my least favorite part of the run is trying to get these nerds into the elevator. This is 101 ways that this can go wrong.
Why, pray tell, do they have to be in the elevator?
Well, we're gonna have a concert tonight that we're not gonna watch because we skip it. Oh no, we actually do get to watch this one. That's right. This is the Lala cutscene. I almost forgot about Lala. You'll understand what I mean in like 10 seconds. Yeah, we're putting on a concert tonight because everyone's stressed out and we don't know what to do. So let's have Yuna sing. And the musicians can't walk, so we have to push them into the elevator ourselves. It's a video game. But one of the funny things is when you run this in Chinese traditional, or simplified, not traditional, simplified, the voices are in Japanese, and for some reason in this cutscene alone, the la-la is offbeat. And if you have any kind of like musical rhythm whatsoever, like you hear that and you're just like, please stop.
This is the Final Fantasy that I know and love.
So you saw right there, for a brief second, a cutscene was about to play. You're familiar with the game, that's Yuna's nightmare. It's a really heartbreaking sequence where she dreams that she's back with her dead boyfriend, but they're together and then they get shot and they both die and she looks over at him and starts to cry and it's like, what is going on? Why is this happening?
What?
Returning this.
But in the speedrun, we get to skip that scene, so...
New Yevon.
Works for go.
Wow, they're pulling.
So basically what's happening right now is that sphere that we got in Kilika showed off this big, scary, evil weapon. And we're like, we probably shouldn't hold on to this. We should figure out who we should give it to. So we give it to New Yevon. The only reason is because in the speedrun, it lets us skip some fights later. Instead of, when we go to Bavel later, we don't have to fight the guards, we can just walk in.
It'll be 1,000 years before you can take on the mighty LeBlanc.
She got us.
Now we have the LeBlanc gang again. They've come and snuck aboard our airship while we were siding with political allies and stole a bunch of our stuff, and we need to go get it back. And our plan to do that is to steal uniforms, so that way we can sneak into their base.
We're in some weird fancy future and they don't have ID cards?
Apparently not. You know, we can only develop so many things at once, you know? They just put priority over ID cards. Now, this is the hypest part of the run. I hope you all are prepared for this. Standing in line strats. Woo! Now this looks simple, but there's actually like a lot of tech going on here. And I know this sounds like I'm memeing, but if you're not standing in the right spot, and it's very particular about where you stand, the line doesn't move. And as you can imagine, an HD version on the PC of a PS2 game, the controls aren't 100% spot on. So it's very easy to just be standing in the wrong spot, looking like an idiot, just burning time.
Who'd have thought there'd be line strat optimizations and you had to worry about, I need to practice my line standing.
You really do. Like, it... I joke about it being the hardest part of the run, because obviously it's not. But when you're learning it, that's actually one of the first hurdles you kind of get over as a runner. I've spent many a time just being like a little bit too far to the right of his shoulder. And I'm like watching my split roll by, I'm just like, oh no. But the purpose of coming here first is we wanted to talk to Gipple there, who is the leader of the machine faction.
We gotta
so that
find
way we can get a permit to dig in the sand later.
Hey, let's find...
That's a big part of like a casual playthrough, because there's all kinds of neat goodies and stuff you can get, and like a bunch of side quests that you can do for that whole part of the game, but we need it just so we can, progress the plot here in a minute. That'll be the next place we go to get the second uniform. And then we won't go to Beaconell ever again.
So that's where it was. Sorry for the trouble. I appreciate yous finding it for us, though. What?
So then we take it back. And
I love these morons. They don't do anything of note the entire game, but I guess it's where I grew up with Jesse and James and Meowth, and they just remind me so much of them.
Goodbye, little girl.
My memory didn't fail me. I tried to quote the Team Rocket thing, but...
Oh, to protect the world from devastation?
To unite all people within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love?
To extend our reach to the stars above.
Jesse!
James!
Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light.
I don't remember the next one.
Surrender now or prepare to fight.
There we go. Meow, that's right. Hey, there we go. We got through it.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right. Call them uniforms.
That's kind of genius, actually. I like that. We're gonna change everyone's garment grid. Basically what that does, in this game, like I said, it's a job / class-based game, and you equip your classes to grids. It has a lot more use in the game proper. In this, all it does is change the stats that our monsters have. So we equipped that one just to give our monsters just a little bit more attack power.
I'm busy, so make it fast.
We got a permit. We're allowed to be here.
I guess the High Summoner's hard up too. Well, don't be expecting any special treatment.
Right.
We'll send you out there by hover. Go talk to the pilot about it. Oh, before you start digging, some strange stuff's been washed.
Now we're combing the desert.
Mm-hmm. Which, like I said, normally there's all kinds of different areas you can explore and dig up rare artifacts and build a super boss. All kinds of neat stuff. Here, we're just gonna do this little, like, less than 5-minute side event to get a second uniform, and then we'll never come back here again.
Look.
Jump the gun. There we go.
Well,
I use a visual cue and not an audio cue, and sometimes I try to anticipate. If I do, you anticipate it a little, you jump the gun on it, you lose like a half a second. That's our second uniform. You can kind of see as the girls are putting on the uniforms as we get them. You guys remember Kamari from the first game?
Kimari saw.
Well, that's all you get to see of him. We won't see any more Kamari for the rest of the game.
Alright, bye-bye now.
We keep him on screen long enough to say one word, and then we move on. Again, if you're just tuning in and curious why that we're not getting into any random encounters, early on in the run, we get the Charm Bangle, and it stays on for the entirety of the run, so we have no random encounters to worry about. We'll be getting all of our experience from bosses, and it'll be more than enough to beat the game. I know it sounds obscene. We have an angry Flan. Well, he's just kind of like mildly annoyed right now. He's not quite angry yet. When he's at full anger, we'll bring him off the bench. And when we do, it will be smooth coasting to the credits.
So what's going on in the story now? I have literally no idea what's going on.
Right. So what happened at the beginning of the chapter? Like I said, we found that movie sphere that had the big scary monster in it.
Right.
And we were like, we probably shouldn't hold on to this. Let's give it to one of the warring political factions.
Yep.
So that's how you make your decision of who you're going to join, essentially, quote unquote. And then while you're doing that, these goons sneak on your airship and steal a bunch of your stuff.
Hey, not that.
And they take it back to their hideout. And our plan to get it back is sneak into the hideout.
I don't know.
So in order to do that, we need these uniforms from all of the members. So we travel the world to find exactly 3 uniforms so we can sneak into their base and get our stuff back.
Is this a Hot Springs peeping Tom? Is that what I'm saying?
That is 100% what's going on right now.
Goodness gracious. Gotta love Japan.
Oh yeah, this game, it's got its moments, for sure, where you just kind of have to acknowledge.
Or is it
How close?
Like, yeah, it's from Japan. Like stealing wardrobes from people in Hot Springs so we can sneak into their base.
This is brother.
mission accomplished? We found ourselves a uniform.
Roger.
And this arc basically is the entirety of Chapter 2. They stole our stuff, we need to steal it back.
We're off?
Let's settle.
I hope this works.
Worry.
Okay.
All right, we are all suited up and we are ready to break in. And we're also going to see why CC and CJ made the executive decision to put this on the night block. We got a spicy cutscene coming up.
No, well, not after hours.
This is after hours. Well, it's not a spicy cutscene; it's a spicy mini game.
Oh my! Do tell.
Oh, I'll just let you watch.
The boss is a...
Oh, you think you're saying that now? Wait about 5 minutes. This is why they put the Dulcet Boys on. So, we need to use our special talents to relax the boss.
Oh my.
That hurts! Stop that.
It's a massage minigame?
It is a massage minigame that we need to win. But fortunately, I've got a flowchart that I'm looking at here.
Not there.
That'll, hopefully... Now, we can still just get incredibly bad luck and still fail the minigame. But usually with the flowchart, we're pretty good.
Not there. There!
If you were to take the visuals off screen, it'd be a very different experience.
Oh, I can imagine. Just getting the raw audio from that. There's actually a good friend of mine, when he was playing this game growing up, was in that section of the game, and his mom walked in.
Oh my god, I can only imagine.
And took the game from him, and he was never able to finish it because of that. Kind of those, what are you playing kind of things. Alright, we've successfully massaged the boss to sleep. So now we can get into the secret lair and try and find our stuff.
Oh, let me put the moves on the big boss lady.
But of course, we no more than step foot into this, and we get caught. So...
Why did they take the uniforms off?
Yeah, the entire plan was just kind of useless to begin with.
Mash, it's crazy. We raised $1,200.
And this is day one.
Day one, dude.
That
day
is
one. We're not even 24 hours in. We're not even 24 hours in. I think our Tiltify goal is set at 3,000, right?
We might have to up that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking that we might hit that by the end of tomorrow, or at least on Sunday. You know? Things keep going the way they're going.
And, Cece, why don't you, remind the people what we're donating for to begin with?
That's a good point. Let me pull up some special, what do you call them? Blurbs here. Because we got some little things I can read off for you. But just to let you know, we are raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. St. Jude's Children's Hospital is a pediatric, what's the word? Anyways, it's a children's hospital, right? They do like different types of top of the line research. It's super expensive. However, the parents who take their children there don't have to pay anything, right? It's people who have, or kids who have catastrophic diseases like cancer and leukemia and things like that, which are One of the highest reasons, or one of the highest causes of child death is like childhood cancer. And they are top of the line hospital, and they're take care of kids all the time, and they're doing a great job out there. Parents don't have to pay for it, so it really goes to a great cause. And I think a lot of people know people who have been through St. Jude's, and they do great work. So it affects all of us. But yeah. Let me see if I can pull up a proper one. That was kind of just ad-libbing there.
That'd be not bad for an ad-lib, especially at 2 in the morning.
Thank you. I tried.
You know, on top of the stress of putting together a marathon.
Indeed. Here we go. I found the blurb. All right. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is a pediatric treatment and research facility focused on children's catastrophic diseases. It helps treat leukemia and other cancers. The hospital costs about $2.8 million a day to run. Patients are not charged a day, dude. $2.8 million a day. Patients are not charged for their care. So, it's located in Memphis, Tennessee. As of 2012, 81 cents of every dollar donated goes directly to its research and treatment. That is a super high turnover rate. It's the conversion rate, whatever. Like, obviously, every charity has a little bit of overhead to have some operational costs, but 81% of every dollar goes towards specifically research and treatment. That's phenomenal. They're a great charity. They do great work. They're one of the highest rated charities on, I'm not really sure what their websites, but you know, all those types of like rate charities based on their effectiveness and how efficient they are. St. Jude's is up there as a top. So
I'm gonna be honest, I actually didn't know there was like a ranking for charities, but it makes sense.
It's not like a tier list, you know what I mean? But
what are the S plus tier? Which charities are getting nerfed in the next patch?
If there was an S plus tier, St. Jude's would be on there, and they're not getting nerfed anytime soon.
Heck yeah.
Not to pull away to other ones, but I think cystic fibrosis charity. I forget what the exact name is, but there's a major one for that, which is
no one's gonna hear you.
Really big and really great charity as well. But there's a couple of really major ones that are up there. You'd be surprised. Some charities, not the best, but
an alarming majority of them, sadly.
Yeah, but not St. Jude's. They're doing great work. And we have raised $1,236.32 for St. Jude's, and it's been great. You guys have been amazing. It's been 17 hours, and we're doing amazing. Let's keep up the great work.
Definitely keep it rocking.
I see Bavel.
All right. Take us back in. What have we missed?
So we have our stuff back now.
That's what Nucci's got in mind.
And we had one. If you remember at the beginning when we went to Disneyland, we got half of a sphere. It was broken. The LeBlanc Syndicate had the other half.
Gotcha.
And they stole our half. And we came in and basically re-stole back the completed sphere and watched it.
Gone.
After watching that, we have learned that there is a dirty secret that the church has held underground. Imagine that. Which is basically a gigantic weapon of destroy the world capabilities.
Is it a weapon to surpass Metal Gear?
It is a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
My God.
So how?
So we are going to go to Bavel and see if we can figure out where it's at and be like, what do we do about this?
I got no problem with this.
And this is essentially where we get introduced to what the main conflict in the game is going to be.
Careful. He's much stronger than he looks. Come.
And I feel some seething rage coming from our party. I can't quite determine who it's coming from. Someone is just very angry. I'm sure it'll pass.
You want a jet ski?
Pretty much, yeah.
This game just keeps delivering.
Oh, it does. It never stops, really. Like, every time you think you figured it all out, something else will just crop up and you'll be like, did that just happen? Yep.
Did you write it forwards for like 5 seconds and then get off down later?
I did, yes.
All right.
It's faster to do that than walk.
I mean, yeah, but it just seems so silly. It's a speed run. It's silly thing.
That's not the last silly thing you're gonna see. Let's be real.
I hope
of all the things that you have seen so far, that's what your hang up is.
It tickled my funny bone.
The jet ski that went 5 feet.
Oh man.
I literally just described a world-ending machine in the basement of a church, and you're hung up on a jet ski.
The jet ski is very much more silly. A lot less threatening too.
Yeah. I'll grant you that. It doesn't have time to be threatening.
Is that a hologram of the jet ski?
It's the It's basically our mode of transportation in Baville is magical jet skis.
Alright.
And what we did is we tinkered with the controls that let us go into the secret, misty underground lair.
Dun dun dun.
Wait.
And if you listen in the distance, you can hear a voice tell you.
What was that? What did I just hear?
It's the voice from Donkey Kong 64.
All right.
Oh, did it play the Turbo Pug one? That's even funnier.
That's what I was like. It's like a theme song?
I've got a soundboard and I hit the wrong button. It's funnier that way, so I'm gonna keep it and pretend like that was intentional.
Ooh, banana.
So that's a thing that can happen. Randomly, brother will have win quotes. And if he does, it just slows it down. I actually have a chat command for when I run this. It's just !brother. And it just has Nightbot yell back, shut up. Because anytime he does that, you just lose 3 seconds. And we almost got an entire run without a single brother win quote, but he had to sneak one in. He just had to do it. He couldn't stop himself. So what happens when you find a giant, mysterious hole in the bottom of a church?
Well, you jump down it, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. I literally knew they were going to do that before.
And we don't really have a good frame of reference of how long that fall was, so there's some magical boots going on here. When do we get to hear the oven quote? Well, somebody's got to donate with the oven quote and then repeat it back to me because I don't remember the oven quote. Because I'm not a meme lord like the rest of you.
You know, things you can donate towards, if you're going to donate with that the oven quote, you can always donate to other things too. We got Super Mario Galaxy Showcase coming up in like 5.5 hours. Also, B-movie game All Speedway Races. That's coming up in 9 hours. Coming up tomorrow at about.
Wait, did you say B-movie? Like
the B-movie game?
Like the B-movie? They made a game for that?
You like jazz?
Oh no.
It's a B-movie game, but every time he plays, it goes faster.
That is a challenge, Shuli. I'm saying you ain't got the grapes.
Whoa, call out. Public call out. Alright. Oh, besides the B-movie game All Speedway Races, they also have Resogun upgrade difficulty to experienced. So you can make it a little harder for the runner. I think it's Asuka.
That sounds spicy.
Yeah. Then in about 16 hours, Untitled Goose Game Glitch Exhibition also coming up. So those are things you can donate towards.
I thought that was just the run.
No, they're doing I think it's 100%.
Wow.
So it's not. Well, it's probably gonna be glitches, but it's probably gonna be a lot of like you actually get to see the game instead of like teleport to the end and then you're done.
Got the bell. We're good.
Yeah. And there's also some polls. You can vote towards the Kirby color for Kirby's Air Ride, skater name on Tony Hawk's Project 8, Hello Kitty Cruisers, choose a character, choose the next Speed Docs video is running all throughout the marathon. You can decide which video we come up with next after we finish the Luigi's Mansion video, which is in the works currently. So
I vote Final Fantasy X-2 for the next Speed Docs video.
there you go. Hey, Final Fantasy 9 is on that list, by the way.
So I'm not even kidding. Today, just today, so 100% for this game is a category. It's a bit of a meme category, but some people do run it. Just today, someone discovered a new route that shaves 2 hours off of the run.
Off of 10 to 100%?
Yes.
My God. My God.
Yeah, it was some dude that's just been like cooking up a formula in the back, like doesn't stream, was just playing it offline, jumped in the Discord and was like, hey guys, I got a new route. And posted the VOD, and it's got world record by 2 hours. So yeah, the Discord kind of got flipped on its ear today.
I'd imagine so. Is there a TLDR, or is it like way too complicated?
Way too complicated. 100% in this game is madness. And I don't even actually know what he did to shave 2 hours. I just know that that was the end result, and everyone was like, whoa, back up. First of all, who are you again?
What was the time before and the time after?
I'm gonna get these wrong, but I'm pretty sure like the new time is like 18 hours or something like that.
Wow. So a 20-hour category went down to 18 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nuts. I'd actually, now I kind of want to look into it. I want to see what's going on. Not because, I don't know, not because we're in here and we're going to make a video on it, but I do like, I do love finding out about speed games, just like having knowledge of like just what's going on. Because how do you save 2 hours without, you know, what changed?
Right, it's got to be just like a completely different route. Just something that we, you know, people that were putting together the 100% just completely overlooked. Which, you know, does seem just absurd, but clearly it happens.
Clearly.
Alright, so this puzzle probably confused a lot of people on their casual play. But it's not as intimidating as it looks. For the first stop, we need to wait for this apparatus to turn 3 times. So we're on turn number 2, and then we're going to step on this glyph as soon as it starts rotating for a 3rd time. That's going to stop it in the position that we need to actually get onto this silly thing. And the whole reason we do this, you're probably wondering, why would you do an optional puzzle in a speedrun? This is going to give us 2 pieces of equipment that is going to make our team just absolutely unstoppable.
Coming.
So we need 1 full rotation from here. everything fall into place. We want to climb up to the second row and hop across to our first chest, which is going to give us the item Bloodlust. Signal Riku again. Get another full rotation.
Sorry. Is that where you get Bloodlust? I just thought it kind of boiled up from within, but I guess you can find it in the chest.
Well, the Flan doesn't get Bloodlust. He builds up his own Bloodlust on the bench.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He's doing homebrew.
The one that Flan builds up is much more effective. That's why the official will always be better than synthetic.
That's true. That's true.
So we're gonna give the goon some synthetic Bloodlust. But I think it is time to park brother. And bring in the Flan.
We get to bring in Flanny boy. Or girl. No judgment.
And we are going to give Flan the ring accessory we just picked up. And the gold hairpin. And then Goon gets to change out for a lure bracer.
Is the gold hairpin like the gold hairpin in other games?
It is half MP cost.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that is
Coming.
exactly what we just gave Flan. And the ring accessory we gave him gives him MP Turbo, which is you spend a little bit more MP to do more damage. And a little known spell called Flare. This is how you know that was not properly balanced. Because we have a level 2 character whose only spell that he knows, the only spell he will know the entire game, so all he can do is cast Flare.
Level 2. It's the only one he knows?
That's the only one he knows.
We
made him forget the other spells.
Okay.
Yeah, he starts with like Cure and Water and like a couple like real basic stuff. We make him forget that, so the only thing he can do is Flare.
He pulled the old SpongeBob.
All he knows is fine dining and Flare.
Flare and breathing.
Oopsies. Didn't mean to backtrack there. But you're probably still thinking, you know, he's just level 2. Like, how dangerous could a flare from a level 2 Flan be? Right?
Right? Well, only level 2.
See, he even just got one shot against Barrel Eye here. Just took one right to the mouth and just instantly died. Like, how are we gonna beat the game with that little pudding boy?
You have your...
Phyllis.
Especially the next boss. The next boss that we're gonna fight is Dark Bahamut.
With so many things woven together,
That sounds ominous.
what could be waiting?
It's very ominous, and in a casual playthrough is kind of your first gut check. What if I told you that little angry Flan is going to one-shot the Dark King of Dragons?
I'd like to see that.
Well, keep your eyes peeled, because it's going to go faster than you think.
All right.
All right, Flan. Show him what you're made of. Boom. 9,999 damage.
Is that the maximum damage you can do in one hit?
Yeah, that is the maximum you can do without very difficult to acquire means to break the damage limit.
Why is
Jeez Louise.
this happening?
Well, all right. Bye-bye.
And that's all that he will do.
All right, got a moment so I can read off a couple of donations here?
Absolutely, let him rip.
All right, Mash says, Mash donates $7.77, by the way. It says,
Very nice.
why do they call it speed run when you time the game with the run the glitch?
I have an answer for that one, actually.
Oh?
Yes.
This whole...
Yes.
You think...
Ika donates $3. Why do they call it of when you in the cold of out eat hot of the food?
Alright, so that one's a call out. Cece, if you don't mind to post that in chat, I have a promise to make up for.
I don't...
Alrighty. Also, everyone hop aboard the Dono train. Let's help these children. Is what the rest of that message says. I agree.
This isn't how
I
it's
agree with
supposed to be.
Ika on that one.
The eternal calm.
Oh boy, here we
I
go.
can feel it crumbling, falling away.
Why do they call it oven when you of in the cold food, of out hot eat the food?
Amazing. Somebody clip that.
That's become a marathon staple at this point.
Is it really?
Yeah, that started at Ika Aid.
I mean big time. Fiends are pouring out.
Alright, so basically, story-wise now, this is where the fit has hit the proverbial shan. Now that we've awoken the big, angry, giant demon weapon, it is now making monsters shoot out of all of the temples. So we've got to go try and figure out what's going on there.
But it's all right.
And make the monsters stop pouring out of temples.
Guess your friend.
Any fiends they...
Which essentially just equates to a way for us to fight all the Aeons again. But now in their dark forms.
That's okay. It's all... People in the village will...
What?
I can see you now.
Thankfully, we don't have to do any of the cloisters, so if you remember those from the first game, those are all still done. Amazingly, the game remembered that we did them, and they are still finished. So we don't have to re-solve these puzzles. Thank God.
Walk.
Bender, buddy, why are you on the ground?
Wouldn't want you.
In case you weren't aware, CC, John DiMaggio does Waka.
Ah. I was like, I don't remember a character named Bender, but that would explain.
And
No. Waka.
There's a lot of characters who I don't know the names of. As you could probably imagine.
Waka's the shirtless boy with the spiky hair.
Yeah. Well, I picked that up from context. We found him in a cave.
Flare.
Chapter 1. Oh, bye-bye. Clip just in time for a viral tweet.
Talk about it.
Next, we will head back to Kilika
Memory?
and deal with the temple there.
Fiends ever come out of the temple?
But call me before you do.
Yeah, from pretty much now that Flan's in the party, it's kind of just a straight shot to the end. There's a couple of side things we got to do, but it's mostly just main story beat after main story beat. Where we are in the cruise control part of the run, if you will. So once again, excellent time if you've got questions. Feel free to ask them. Got donations you want to get in? This is your chance for Senpai to notice you.
This is in fact time. By the way, we have one more donation. Son of Erdrick donates $10. A skeleton walks into a bar. Bartender asks him what he will have. Skeleton replies, "I'll have a beer and a mop."
Excellent. Excellent. That's one of my regulars. He loves to donate with dad jokes.
There you go.
I mean, he is a father, so it makes sense.
That's why it's appropriate.
There's a hidden path.
Fits the bill.
I call them his Laffy Taffy jokes because that's about what they equate to.
That's pretty fair.
Angry Mob is probably got to be one of my favorite stock sound effects. Because it's very clearly just like a bunch of people that are making noise. Like, there's no words to be found in any of that.
Yeah.
How do we convey that these people are really angry? They're so angry they can't even word anymore.
Sometimes it do be like that, though.
Indeed it do.
Walk.
I love the pathing on our compatriots there. They just run into the wall the whole time. It's the little things you notice when you've run this game enough times. Kind of like how none of the people that coming out of the temple there have hitboxes, so you can run right through them. You know, I was just wondering where Grace was. It just wouldn't be the same without her. There's the Krillin emote we all know and love. So a little bit of RNG that can save you some time here. You've got to fight these little Dreadlord creatures, and there is a chance that our bloodlusted goon can get a crit on the first hit, and if he does, it insta-kills him. Like, it does enough damage that Flan doesn't cast Flare. If you get enough of those, you'll have enough MP that you can save a menu to not have to restore Flan's MP for the boss. But you have to get like 4 crits, I think, in order for that to happen. So it's kind of one of those not worth resetting for, but man is it nice when you get it. Also makes it incredibly helpful to learn what the ether symbol looks like in simplified Chinese. Because trying to find that in a menu when you don't know is interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge.
Have you ever run a game in a different language?
Just Ocarina of Time in Japanese.
So, I want to know if this is a problem that other runners have had. After playing this game in Chinese for so long and going back to running it in English for marathons, I actually got more confused by English text. because I was trained myself to look for the patterns of the other things. So I see like ether. What the fuck does that mean?
It's supposed to be the squiggly line with the box with the legs and then the hat.
I don't see any of those characters right now. Oh shit, wait a minute.
It's a 7 with a line through it.
So we did not get any crits, so we definitely got to use an ether on Flan.
I hope that's not culturally offensive.
You said it, not me. I want that on the record.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take the credit of that. All right, so remind me, where in the story are we?
You mean like percentage-wise? Or you wanting like a story recap?
A recap from we jumped down the hole. That's the last thing I remember.
You really spaced out there, huh?
I've been reading donations.
Okay, so we woke up Big Giant Evil Gun. And Big Giant Evil Gun is now making monsters come out of the temples. We are running around to the temples to stop that from happening. And what we're discovering is at the base of everything are the spirit monsters from the first game. So now our former allies that helped us make it through our adventure are now our enemies. I think it's supposed to be more of an emotional gut punch than it actually is. Mostly because I didn't really use Aeons that much in my playthrough of Final Fantasy X.
Gotcha.
So why would I put Yuna in the party when I can have bigger damage dealers in the party?
Ouch. Main character doesn't make it in.
But fun fact, my most recent casual playthrough of this, I actually did fight the super boss Penance using all of the, like, I used Yuna, Riku, and Lulu. So it was like an all-girl run. And I exclusively made them melee characters. They're all casters and like rogues. Like Riku's a rogue and the other two are casters. So I played through the entire game with a bad build run, if you will.
Yeah.
And that was a blast, taking out the super boss of all super bosses with that party. Watching Yuna smack things with her rod for 99,999 damage.
Translate. Then that.
What language is the text on screen? Why is it different? Or...
Okay, so there is a race of people in this world called the Albed, and they have their own language.
Gotcha.
So what you're seeing on screen is them speaking in Albed, and you can find primers that will change the subtitles so you can actually read what they're saying.
Gotcha.
Here is the other part of RNG in the run. How many pillars are we gonna get? Chat? It's a number between 1 and 5. How many pillars are we gonna have to get before we push the right one? Don't guess 1, because it's not 1. We push the wrong one, we do get into a fight. Is it 2? It is not 2. God, AP was right last time. I hope they are not right this time. Though it would be karmatic balance. We did get first try numbers, so it was 3. Who had the lucky number 3? Cece, I believe that was you.
It was me.
Good job.
Woo.
You get 10 hero points.
Yay.
You can redeem those at your nearest Silent Hero stream.
An
All right.
Aeon?
I'll remember that next time I'm in.
Merge with Al-Bed Machina.
10 points to redeem.
Isn't that what they said?
How can this be?
The Dark Ixion's a healthy boy. He doesn't go down to 1 flare. We gotta hit him with 2. Unless we get a lot of crits. Oh, never mind. We got crits. So yeah, Ixion made me a liar. He died to 1 flare. Usually the goon doesn't crit that much, but hey, I'll take it.
All right. Speed Strats live at SpeedDocsAthon.
World record when?
Don't get me excited now.
It's impossible. We're playing in English.
Oh, that's fair. That's what I did forget.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is.
another
It's a
hole.
custom command though,
I
and
wonder
it
what's
works
down
really
there.
well.
Go find out.
No
I
way.
loved
would
the
be-
timing on the command.
The hole we found was
Yeah.
so deep.
But I don't know if it's
custom
custom or
might be hidden in its depths.
sorry, let me rephrase it. I wonder if
It's
it's like
something totally
dynamically calling that, or if it's being hard coded by somebody. Someone's in the back changing the title or the follow.
We're just listening.
Get back!
Maybe it's the restreaming drama. I haven't. I didn't sign up for that gig, so hosting is already like technical. I'm at my technical limit here. I gotta like be here. I gotta have like 2 different push to talk buttons. Like
I have to
VO.
exist. I gotta
talk to people. Talk to people.
It's not like we're both streamers or anything. God.
Oh man.
All right, so
Who'da
no.
thought?
Oh, so go ahead.
Oh god. I was just
Open
being
your eyes.
dumb.
It's fair. It's almost 3 in the morning. It is prime dumb hours. Who up?
Yeah, you're right.
So that cutscene that just played, normally we would watch that and use that as our cutscene buffer to skip 1,000 words in a normal run. But because you all were gracious enough to donate for it, we did meet the watch 1,000 words cutscene. So therefore, we will not be utilizing that skip buffer again. So we get to skip that cutscene to watch 1,000 words.
All right.
So that's why that's why that incentive doesn't add too much to the time, because I basically just get
The
to
end is not far now.
skip a different cutscene instead of that one.
Yeah.
No, we've still got a bit for 1,000 words.
Okay. Is it something I should be listening for?
Give this to Pain.
I mean, the reason that I'm making an incentive, it's a lot of people's
Give her this one,
favorite
too.
moment in the game. It is the cutscene is a music video
He's kidding.
where Yuna performs
How do you know?
a giant
us go way
concert
back.
for the whole world, basically.
Gotcha.
A one-song
go.
concert.
It's under control.
Take care of things topside.
And it actually is like just a really, really good cutscene. It's one of the most beautiful moments of the game, and the song is a bop.
I didn't know what had
Nice.
happened. Everywhere I looked, I found only questions. But more than anything, I'm just angry. One thing after another, and I'm already confused to begin with. Hey! Where am I?
So we're in the far plane, which is basically where dead spirits go. We're not supposed to be here, as you could probably guess.
I'd imagine. It's like rock bottom, bikini rock bottom.
I don't understand your accent.
Oh man. God, I love SpongeBob. Why is SpongeBob so prevalent? Why do they have memes that are so usable everywhere?
It
Where are you?
it just kind of permeated all of our childhoods. Like, it was there whether or not you watched it, so it was just kind of there, just like a giant force, and it hit just perfectly to be like a legitimately, in its first few seasons, just a legitimately comical show.
Yeah.
And that pervade at a time when, like, kind of meme culture was in its infancy. So when the meme creators became of age, that's what they had to... That was like the source material that they could pull from.
It's ubiquitous.
Yuna,
Also, MASH, that is a
reporting
sick
in.
collection of emotes.
It's something. That's chapter 3 in the books. Probably should mention there are 5 chapters in the game. We are on chapter 4.
Uni!
Where did I put my gasoline?
Chapter 4, in a casual play and to a lesser extent the speedrun, is kind of like your buffer before everything comes to a head kind of chapter.
Yeah.
It's a lull, gives you a chance to kind of recoup and rest before everything goes nutso.
Yeah, so it's like the rising action. It's like
Yeah, there you
the
go.
climax.
Yeah, right before the climax.
Wanna check?
The skirt's like that because the PC version. It's not like that on console. Well, for whatever reason, when they ported this to PC, they broke the physics. Oh no, doing it like that is expressly cursed.
It's very cursed.
I am officially uncomfortable. Basically what's going on now is, in order to monitor fiend activity, our little resident tech boy has put up cameras essentially all over the world, and we have to look at specific ones in order to plant the story flag that we can move on.
Interesting. Little tech boy is also known as Big Brother.
Actually, his name is Shinra.
That sounds familiar. Final Fantasy VII?
Correct.
Oh boy. That doesn't sound good.
So in an Ultimania, which is like the Final Fantasy magazine in Japan, there was a developer interview where basically they kind of hinted at the Shinra in this game would go on to form the Shinra Electric Power Company, but it was all done in jest. So it's like there's not enough ground for there to be literally anything.
Yeah.
Grace, what is your question? I know you asked about the skirt, and I explained about the skirt. What did I miss after that?
Where'd that little ball of...
I told you why the skirt was fucked up. It's not... It's your fault you don't listen.
Come back!
TLDL. They fucked up the physics when they ported it from console. This is a PC exclusive bug. Whoever ported it did a real crap job. So the physics on Yuna's skirt and the physics on Lulu's hair are broken.
Yeah, I noticed the skirt thing earlier, and I didn't want to push the issue. I just assumed it was, oh, maybe it's an old game, and maybe it just sucks.
No, even on PS2, like it flows like normal cloth.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, they just
It's just stuck. Their legs go through it all the time.
Yep. Yeah, it's stuck in that singular frame for some reason. It just has no no physics to it whatsoever.
Strong and faithful ports. You heard it here, folks.
Oh yes.
It's not very cash money. No, it's not.
Yeah, PS2 version, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, like all of them, skirt works like it should. It's PC version for some reason, it's just nope. That's also why you get the funny skirt glitch at the beginning where it becomes a short skirt.
Watermelon or kiwi guava? Watermelon.
I don't know what kiwi guava is. I like kiwi, but guava sounds scary.
Never had guava.
It also kind of depends on what this is going in. Is this like a smoothie? Is this...
No, it's an energy drink, apparently.
Oh.
I'll let you guys in on a little secret. We were trying to hit up a couple of people for advertisers. One of the people we looked up was Red Bull. We were so close. We were so close to having Red Bull sponsor the event. It was so sick.
Someone should have got in Grand Pooh Bear's good graces. Sneak in the back door through Red Bull Gaming.
There you go. Oh, man. That just ended up falling through, I think, after a couple of things happened, but oh well.
That would have been sweet, though. So, like, if anything, I gotta give you guys props for trying.
Yeah. I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if they, like, sent us a case of Red Bull, like, for whatever reason, to our houses? Like, sweet, free Red Bull. I can't give it out at the event, because it's an online event. I can't email it to you, but...
I'll give you my P.O. box.
There you go.
Like I have a P.O. box.
I don't know anymore. Is a P.O. box hard to get?
It just costs money. They're not expensive, but I don't want to pay to receive mail.
Got a Wikipedia article about guava.
Yeah, I'm not gonna click that.
I take it back. I think I have had a guava before.
Well, you lived, so...
Yeah. Hey, from what I remember, not that great. Not great by itself.
Since we've currently talked about everything but the game, what we're doing right here is we need a concert promoter for our giant concert that we're gonna have and sing to the whole world to kind of placate the two political sides. We're gonna unite the world in song. But the only concert promoter in all of the world owes money to the mob. So we're trying to scoop him up before he gets before he meets Polly, basically.
All right.
Hi,
No, I'm not making this up. This is lore.
Spectacular!
No, I believe you. It's, just, it's very Final Fantasy-esque.
And he also sounds like Yakko from the Animaniacs. I don't know if it's the same voice actor or if it's someone trying to emulate the voice actor. But yeah, he sounds exactly like Yakko.
Advertising
Are
Brother's orders.
We're over the calmlands now.
What are you? A project.
All right. Did anyone ask for a dancing minigame?
Apparently.
I've got a dancing minigame here, and someone's gonna have to take this. It's not going back to the kitchen.
We whipped it up for you.
Hey,
It'd be a shame if
hurry
it
up
was
and
away.
change.
The good news is we don't actually have to play the minigame. So I'm just going to put it on my favorite camera angle and just leave it there. Have a nice stretch break.
Oh boy.
And I'm also wondering at 3 o'clock in the morning if I can con my wife into singing a duet with me for 1,000 words.
What kind of effect do you have in your camera?
I don't have enough room in my current setup for an actual green screen, so I use an
It's almost
AI
time.
approximation.
Do you think people will show up?
Uh-huh. So I'd
You
say you were like,
betcha.
stretching your hands and like
The
your
Thunder
hands got
Plains
all
will be packed.
fuzzy.
But what are you gonna sing?
Yeah, it works great if I don't move too much, but I move a lot, so it, you know, mileage may vary. But hey, what can you do? You gotta improvise.
What can you do?
So Tolboy is voiced by Rob
did you write
Paulson,
that?
so he doesn't sound like Yakko. He is Yakko.
It's more like I.
There you
felt
go.
it.
See?
I can hear it echoing inside.
You
me.
were right all along.
Len?
I think so.
Well, you're gonna want to
I
take
don't
your
know much
headphones
about
off
her,
for that, so that
but I'm
way
learning more and more.
you can be close to the mic so people
Bits
can
and
actually
pieces
hear
of her
you.
memories keep pouring in. It's like I can feel what
Also, this is no practice, so I have no idea how we're gonna split this up.
Scattered thoughts be woven into
We're just winging it.
bittersweet
We're
song.
winging a husband-wife
Something like
duet live.
Hey, that
Love to
was
see it.
poetic.
Just letting
We'll be
you know in
arriving soon.
advance, though,
After Buddy drops
you
us
do have
off,
a slight
he and the
echo
others will
on
go
stream,
Pick up the spectators.
so it's
So we
not
won't be able to
bad,
board for a while.
but singing
got
a
it.
duet might be.
Where's my
Uh-huh.
echo coming from? I shouldn't have an echo. I don't know where an echo would come from. And why did you wait 2.5 hours to let me know that there was an echo?
Because the restreamer told me about it. He's like, it's not a problem, but it's like very minorly noticeable. Doesn't really matter. But he said singing a duet might be a bad idea. So you know what? I think it's gonna be fine. I think you should go ahead for it.
Now I'm just curious, where in the hell?
Hello,
Yeah, because on
Garvey.
Discord you sound totally
Yeah?
clear.
We've
But-
got a sticky shit.
Let me listen to the stream real quick, because you should be fine.
Yeah, we're getting some conflicting information about the echo.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh, I guess that means I should probably continue to talk and fill the empty space with words, so that way CC can tell if there's an echo while he listens to the audio of the stream. Some people hear it, some people don't. I'm very confused on where the echo could be coming from.
I would say not an echo. It's almost like a little bit of reverb, kind of. Does that make sense?
Okay, I have an idea. Alex, would you shut the fan off? Okay, now listen again and see if that's what was causing it.
All right, hang on.
Okay, so basically I'll just describe in excruciating detail what's going on here while I jump across rocks to fight a giant lizard that has made its home in this cave, but for us that is dangerous Because we're gonna have a concert here. We don't want a giant lizard to interrupt our concert. Did that do anything for the reverb? Oh yeah, in this fight he is immune to magic, so Flan is just kind of here to soak up some experience.
It's about the same.
It's about the same?
Yeah.
I'm very confused what that could be coming from. I'm a stickler for audio, and it really bothers me when audio is not perfect.
Yeah. Probably better if I hadn't told you.
Yeah, now I'm gonna be self-conscious about it the whole time. I'm gonna be like, oh, look at this asshole.
Nah, you're fine.
I'm gonna blame OBS.
Probably.
That just seems like a thing to do. Just blame OBS.
We're landing.
Yeah, you said you use XSplit.
I do, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of XSplit.
I have a feeling that there's just like some weird setting in OBS that's like not perfect, but like I said, it sounds fine. Just like ever so slightly. Kind of sound like you're in like a big room.
No
As
kidding.
long as it's not like
Yeah.
just devastatingly ruining the experience bad.
Kevinites are here too.
No.
Hey.
Totally fine. You'll watch the
We
You'll
are
watch the-
approaching the 1,000 words cutscene though.
All right.
Basically, after a couple more scene skips, we will be up to the cutscene. And this is what you all donated for.
All right, you let me know when that's going on, and I will. I want to listen to that.
Things I do for donations. Come in close like you like me. I know that you're hiding things, using gentle words to shelter me. Your words were like a dream, but dreams could never fool me. We're that easily. I got so distant then, didn't say goodbye before you left. But I was listening. You'll fight your battles far from me, far too easily. Save your tears, 'cause I'll come back. I could hear that you whispered as you walked through that door. Still I swore to hide the pain when I turned back the pages. Shouting might have been the answer. If I cried my eyes out and begged you not to depart. But now I'm not afraid to say what's in my heart. 'Cause 1,000 words call out through the ages. They'll fly to you. Even though I can't see, I know they're reaching you. Suspended on silver wings. Oh, 1,000 words call out the... Whoops, wrong verse. Will you? All of your weary days seem far away. They'll hold you forever.
I have no music for this. I'm following your timing.
We are a delightful train wreck, babe. I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, 1,000 words never been spoken.
Oh, yeah.
You, they'll carry you back into my arms, suspended on silver wings.
Silver wings.
And 1,000 words.
Oh, come through the ages. Oh, yeah.
All of your lonely years to only days.
Only days.
They'll hold you forever. Words.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
My controller.
Bravo.
Things you don't want to hear in a speedrun. Where's my controller?
Bravo. Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
I said it in chat, but for not having audio, she nailed the backup parts.
Oh, she was awesome. she is absolutely awesome.
Hell yeah. Breach donated $45 for that. We definitely got our money's worth out of that. So thank you. Great job.
I just see my Snapchat going nuts, and I'm like, I know Ika is just bawling.
It's a little long for a clip, but maybe we'll highlight that.
Impressive machina.
We're a beautiful train wreck, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Well said.
Whoever came up with this is a genius.
He's got good taste.
Guess I'm a genius
Alrighty.
too for fixing it.
Got that donation in for that incentive.
Home?
Well done, everybody.
Gipple!
Any other anything else coming up? Is this time to plug some stuff?
Now's a good time to plug some stuff because we're about to go into the final dungeon of the game.
Gotcha. Alrighty. No one else has donated anything in a little bit, but yeah, just to remind everybody, we got a couple of bid wars and things coming up.
Hey, we're talking about
It's a showcase, a cool skit on Mario Galaxy coming up in 4.5 hours.
Freaking it out.
Just need another $50-ish for that. It's like 52,
But I've got a
23.
If it
very
doesn't
specific
work,
number. B-movie game all speedway races also needs another
Whatever, man.
Sorry,
When a Death
$52
Seeker dies,
for
it's
that
no
to be met.
apology.
It's got another 8 hours to go. Resogun, it's got about 9 hours to go.
What
Needs
about
another
LeBlanc?
$65. It's also the Untitled Goose Game Glitch Exhibition that is also coming up pretty soon. Alright, sorry, I say pretty soon. It's coming up in 15 hours.
I mean, it's relative.
You know, tomorrow. There's also a couple of other sort of bid wars going on. Choose a color for Kirby's Air Ride. Choose a skater name for Tony Hawk Project Date. As well as choose a character for Hello Kitty Cruisers. And of course, we have the Choose the Next Speed Docs video going on the entire event.
I think that we should help out Nuge.
If you want to donate to any of those things, don't forget some of those are timed exclusives, so make sure you get your donations in now so we can get those incentives met.
I make a second vote for the next Speed Docs video to be Action 52.
Action 52. What in the world is that?
This is one of the most infamous NES games that ever existed. I don't even think you can speedrun it because most of the games on it you can't beat.
Interesting. I'll look at it. Alright. One last thing I'll say. We are raising money for St. Jude Children's Hospital. And that goes to helping sick kids. Usually it goes towards catastrophic ailments, things like cancer, leukemia, and that kind of stuff. The really bad stuff. And kids and their families don't have to pay anything. They get the top of the line care. It's a great charity. When you donate $5 to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, you're helping to pay for parent isolation gowns so that families can stay together during treatments.
Oh, that's
Think about
awesome.
that. you can like literally be like, hey, listen, I know normally we can't let you be here because of like, you know, don't want to contaminate the stuff. It's like, nah, man, we got you a special gown. For just $5, you can hang out. Or sorry, not hang out, but you know, you can stay with your family. Your family can stay with the kids, I should say. So that's good thing. It's amazing, honestly. And it's only $5. So if you donate $5, that's what your money's going to. So.
Yeah. What are we called now? Does it really matter?
Yeah, when I heard about the marathon, like I would have already said yes, just because you know I'm totally down for anything you guys do because you're awesome. But then like the immediate follow up was CJ telling me that it was for St. Jude, and I was like, double sold. You just put the sprinkles on top.
That's right, man.
All right, we are headed into the final dungeon here. We've got a boss gauntlet, a piano puzzle, and then another boss gauntlet, and then it's GG.
Alrighty. We're coming into the final stretch. I'm still not entirely sure about what we've done this entire time. Something about aeons and spirits.
We've had a very angry Flan blow up anything that gets in our way.
Dude. He's a very angry boy.
Can I just take a second to really appreciate the name Friendship Cannon? Like, can I do that? I don't want to put anybody in the spotlight, but that is just an awesome name.
Yeah, it's a great name. Orbital Friendship Cannon coming in hot.
Orbital Friendship Cannon. What is that from? I remember that.
I want to say, is it like My Care Bears or My Little Pony? One of those. I'm sure our friendly FC Closet Brony detected. There we go.
Closet Brony detected.
There we go.
Is this where all of the bronies come out in chat? My time has come.
After asleep, post ponies.
Except the mods aren't asleep. Actually, I think they're all awake right now.
Mods are the ones posting ponies.
Aww. Things you don't want to see.
Unfortunately.
So the monsters have certain abilities they can learn if they're hit by them. And the Shigun can learn fire elemental spells. And she just got hit with Faraga, which means that she learned all 3 fire spells. Which doesn't sound like a big deal, but again, we don't want them using abilities, we want them attacking. So what I've got to do is now, it's not catastrophic or anything, but I've got to go into the menu and make sure to unlearn those spells. Alright, and this is our last boss of the first boss gauntlet. The fan favorite Aeon from the first game, Anima. There we go. So now we have a gigantic piano puzzle. I hope you all remembered your scales. There will be a quiz.
It's time to tip the scales.
For some reason I thought you were going to go Yu-Gi-Oh with that.
The Millennium Scale!
Okay, we didn't get trolled by the first laser. Second laser be nice. Ah, third laser got me. Oh, don't get looped. Don't get looped. Okay, thank God. Alright, so that is Doti Lasso. Got another trolley electrical gate. And this is Fa Mi Fa So Do. Now, if I did have to just, like, find a complaint about this game to just be like, why? The puzzle after this, where we have to play the same song, but the notes are just in arbitrary locations that we have to find in the correct order.
Are you...
I could...
Where's...
With a guide, it's not so bad, and then eventually you do memorize it because it's always the same, but... On a blind playthrough, this could be an absolute nightmare, because if you get it wrong, a super boss attacks you.
That doesn't sound good.
Hey,
yeah, it's,
a gift.
It's a thing. It is a whole thing.
It's from 2 years ago.
I'll watch it.
Hey, you should... Think about it. You know you won't...
You're...
Alright, we got an unskippable cutscene
What
here.
you got in mind for fun?
Good break if we've got any
Any
donations.
ideas,
If anybody
Dr.
wants to sneak any donations. We need to field any questions from the audience. Now is a good time.
The thing you mentioned before.
That would be a good time. Anyone wants to
If it's for real, I
sneak
wanna
in some
fly.
stuff, some donations here?
You get to be pilot then. And
That
maybe
time,
I'll try
no
my
one's made
hand
any
at
donations
navigation.
for a little bit.
Then I'll be engineer.
Dale Duck is back. Welcome back, Dale Duck.
Captain.
Ah,
Question, Mr. Streamer.
Oh boy.
You'd let an amateur be captain?
Chill out, Noodster. All you gotta do is shut up and look important. You'll fit the part.
Like a glove.
We're patiently waiting.
I'll work you like dogs.
I feel like I'm waiting on Final Jeopardy.
She's inside.
Do 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 do.
How long do I typically play these games casually before I decide to run them? Okay, that is a complex question that I will have to answer after this puzzle. So if you have an answer for that, Cece, go ahead. And I will answer it here in a minute after I'm done focusing.
I'll give my own perspective on that. It does really depend. Sometimes you just play a game and it just clicks, you know? you're like, man, this is a lot of fun. I want to keep playing this game. Like, I want to play this game again. I want to play it again. I want to play it again. And then at that point, you're like, okay, like, I'm really enjoying the mechanics. I think this is a fun thing. But I think for a lot of people, one of the reasons why old games are so popular is because people played them when they were kids. When you're a kid, you don't have money to go buy a new game every week, so you gotta like play the same game again, and you gotta play it again, and you gotta play it again. You know, you're stuck with like 10 games. You know, you gotta get good at all 10 of them. And so at a certain point, you kind of just get to the point where you're like, whenever you're like 10 years later, when you're an adult, you're like, I want to do speedrunning. What can I speedrun? There's the game that I played Super Mario Sunshine like 8 times when I was a kid. I beat that game a lot. I know that pretty well. You know, I've played and beaten Pokemon Snap like, you know, a dozen times, you know, before I was, you know, 15. I went back and played it again as a teenager. That's how much I like that game. So, stuff like that, where it's like, usually you play it a lot just because you love it. And then maybe later on when you get into speedrunning, then you're like, I should speedrun that game. Oh yeah, the too many games syndrome. Yes. Yeah, there was definitely a time when it's like my Steam library wasn't 900 games and I didn't have to think about what 20 games do I want to play today, and then I just give up and decide to play the same game I've been playing, Hearthstone or something, instead. You still doing the puzzle?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for the dead air fill, though. Really appreciate that.
It's all good, man. I got you. 900? I'd have to find out.
I've done this puzzle a million times, but every time I just get like extreme anxiety that I'm gonna fuck it up for some reason. So I never feel safe until I see this cutscene. I'm like, okay, we did it right for the 9,001 time. Good
I
job,
exaggerated. There you go. Okay, good job. You did it. I exaggerated a little bit. I have 342 games in my Steam library.
I don't want to talk about how many games I have.
And I had to stop myself. At a certain point, I'm like, I keep buying games and I ain't playing none of them. I'm spending money I don't have.
Okay, so me and speedrunning, that is a very long conversation that would be very suited for a podcast. Sorry, I was clearing out my throat there. But so it's interesting because how I got into a lot of Final Fantasy speedruns is just kind of like, this franchise means so much to me. Like, it's tattooed on my body, it's in my wedding playlist, it's the basis for my channel, it's what got me a community. You know, it's just a very pivotal game to me, and my start on Twitch was playing through the entirety of the numbered franchise.
Wow.
That was, you know, that my first streams all the way through was starting at FF1, playing all the way through FF15. And so, like, at a certain point, like, you know, I ventured out from there and started doing different things. But I always felt like the call, the urge to come back to Final Fantasy, just, you know, that's, like I said, it's super important to me. And I was like, you know, what can I do differently? What if I played them really fast?
His body will be useless. But
what if I made all the caster characters into melee characters?
Shuyun will abandon Barrel.
You know, as you do.
As you do.
But yeah, so that's I went through, I hit up every Final Fantasy speedrun Discord I could find. I pulled every guide. I made a Google Doc that has all of the speedrun notes for every game.
But you're okay.
And I was like, I'm just gonna start learning them one by one.
There you go.
And was just kind of knocking them out, and then I got to 10-2 and just fell in love with it, and that was the one, like, okay, I wanna grind this one.
It sucks.
So for this category, I am in 3rd place. For the
Your plan is
PS2
awful.
category, I
Think
actually have
about
the
it.
world record, so
It's no different than what we did 2 years ago.
shameless self-promotion there.
We destroyed our own allies. We destroyed the Aeons who had fought together with us at our side.
But excellent
We didn't
question.
have
Thank
a
you, Shuli.
choice then.
I totally expected you to
believed that
meme
was
me
the
out
only
of
way we could save
house and
Spira.
home.
Do you know what it felt like to watch them die? Right before my eyes. It was the only thing we could do. It was the only choice we had. I gave in, I accepted, I believed. I allowed it to be true. I thought I'd be able to go through with it without ever doubting myself. But it hurt so much.
And I do, like,
forgive
again,
us.
I'll bring up, like, I think this is, if you want to start learning RPG speedruns, but you're, like, really daunted by the idea of,
Everyone
like,
was
step
so happy.
routes and,
Great
you know,
job,
like,
Yuna.
difficult
You did
RPG
it.
tech.
You saved us
And, you know,
all.
playing RPGs for,
There
you know,
were
some RPG runs are
Too many
7+
smiles to
hours.
count. And I
Um,
know that I was smiling too.
this is in compared to a lot of RPG runs, it's short. There's
But
no
now,
major glitches to learn. It's a great place to
I look
start.
back.
And I think it's a very fun run.
The people who should be here aren't.
Follow up for me and any runners in
The
general.
ones
They're
who
games you
should be
didn't do
smiling
casually and
with
just
me
jumped
aren't
into
here.
the runs. Is it easier if you haven't
no
played
choice.
casual? There is not a game that I speedrun that I did not start out playing casually. Am I saying it's impossible? No, because people do it all the time.
had no choice.
What is it? The
Always we
5-hour
had no
challenge or
choice.
something like that?
Those are our magic words. We repeat them to ourselves again and again, but you know, the magic never
9-hour
worked.
challenge. It's some arbitrary
only thing
number
worth
challenge where you just pick up a game and you're
regret.
like, I'm gonna speedrun it. I mean, people do it,
No,
but
I'm
I have never personally just been like, that one, I'm gonna speedrun it,
I
and
don't
I've
want
never
this
played it
anymore.
before. I think that would take like an extreme amount of dedication,
I don't want
honestly,
friends
because
to
I feel
die.
like playing a
Or fade
game
away.
casually, you at least kind of have like an understanding
want
of the
battles where
mechanics.
we
But
have to lose in
then
order to
again, you
win.
don't have bad habits, so I can see both sides of it. 12-hour challenge, thank you. My brain's not working right now.
Nuge, I know that what you say.
I'm kind of running
Is
on
what you need
fumes
to
and
do.
autopilot.
Give me your resolve. Believe in Yuna.
Did I lose my host?
So you're
That's plan. Hey, no matter how monstrous it looks, so we can.
You never used to be the...
And I never was the wait like a good girl type, isn't that right, Nuji?
Yeah, according to my Discord, you are
Mechagon
muted,
can be
CC.
destroyed. Absapasi.
Yeah,
Why?
sorry, I was doing some
Right.
setup stuff.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
Every-
sorry, what did I miss?
It looks like we can.
I know we talked about, you were talking about starting your channel on.
Yeah, I was waxing poetic on speedruns and
witness.
my history and
What
I
about
gotcha.
things that you do during unskippable cutscenes.
Love.
As you do.
the ultimate?
Yeah, there's not a lot of games that I pick up casually and
I've
then
come
jump
this
right
far
into
to
it,
bring
like,
men
without having a lot of
power
history
up.
with it. But recently, I got a short hike in, like, a bundle. And a short hike is, like, this little indie game. It's like a 2-hour experience to 100% it. It's like a platformer. You just kind of run around and you're a bird, so you can glide. Right. You also have collect golden feathers, which give you double jumps, so you can just start flapping your wings and getting higher and higher. And then you can glide from everywhere, and it's really cute, really fun, and the characters are really cute. It's a nice story. Like I said, it's a very short experience, but it's a lot of fun. And so I didn't look up any speedrun stuff. I just said from a blind, I'm just gonna go in blind and start to learn a run. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but I probably won't spend a lot more time on it. I just played it for a couple days. Got a semi-decent time.
I've got like extreme admiration for people that can just like pick up a speed game, learn it, get a decent time, and then just roll right into the next thing. Like, that just blows my mind.
There's definitely some speedrunners that pick up like the newest game, right? They get good at it, get a good time, and then move on to the next new game. It's like, yeah, that requires a lot of learning. It's definitely a different muscle to learn a new game, get good at a new game, and then get a good time, and then drop it, just walk away. It's not for me, but you know, some people are good at it.
Ha! This relic's get.
Shu, you'd love that game. It's great. You should get it. I'll buy it for you. It's like $5.
I've heard some people talking about
If we
it. I
all
heard it's
attack
really
at
good.
once, we can do this. We
I
can
highly
split
recommend.
There's another one that's out right now that people are going crazy about. No Straight Roads, I think is what it's called.
Guess that.
I have heard that name. I don't know anything about it.
Yes, same. I know nothing about it, but I know some people are just going nuts for it right now. Apparently, it makes a
let's
pretty good
go.
speed game. I can't speak for it because I know nothing about it. This is all hearsay.
Yeah, I got you.
We're
Is it the
approaching
bundle?
the end of the lengthy cutscene and going into the final boss rush.
Oh boy.
Now, I call this next boss the true final boss. Because if anything can go wrong, it is against this boss right here. If it happens, I will explain it, but we're just gonna hope that it doesn't happen. Hey, Choco, speaking of, this is the world record holder for this category.
Let's go, world record holder.
Welcome aboard, Choco Bungle. He's an excellent speedrunner in his own right. And just a fantastic guy all around. Even if he does like tea. Blech.
Don't be afraid, Yuna. Your friends are your strength.
What's wrong with tea?
I'm not a tea person. Okay, so we didn't get the poison glitch. Well, it's not a glitch. It's more of a sequence of unfortunate events. All right, true final boss is beaten.
Is it leaf water or bean water? So.
I'm down for some bean juice.
What's next?
Just I'll pass on the leaf water.
Daddy, they're in trouble.
Boss, let's get the heck out of here.
You want to get the heal?
You can heal us when we get home.
Come on.
Mr. Flan. All right, we are ready to take out the rest of the bosses. The reason that tail fight is so scary is his first attack is an AoE tail swipe that does a set amount of damage to the whole party.
Oh.
The things you need to make sure that happen before you get there is making sure that Flan has enough health to survive said attack. Because if he goes down, then it's, you've got no chance of killing it.
Go cheer Nuji on.
And then there's another accidental thing that can happen where, if you remember at the very beginning of the run, I was explaining about chain hits.
Yep.
Well, the enemies can do that too.
Oh.
And what happens is, the Bloodlust, while it makes Goon super strong, it also poisons him. So he takes poison ticks, and if he gets a poison tick right when the tail swipe happens, the tail swipe gets a combo bonus and will one-shot him. And you lose enough damage that it's hard to make it through the tail before tail slowly kills everybody.
Poisoned by his own hatred.
I mean, I think there's a lesson to be learned somewhere in there.
Good luck, have fun. Any key pledge. Anybody signed up for that?
I feel like you made a reference to something and it just flew completely over my head because I was in menus.
It's all good. There's a pledge by Any Key called "Good Luck, Have Fun," which is like trying to reduce toxicity online.
Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah. Need more of it, but well, there's a lot of vitriol behind those keywords.
You know, it's easy to be 6 foot tall and bulletproof when you're behind a keyboard.
That's very true.
This thing just keeps on ticking.
We'll finish it.
Do it.
Does he have a bazooka?
He does. Why? I don't know. It's just how he chooses to roll, I guess.
Una has a gun. She just has double Desert Eagles.
Yeah.
This time the legs are
They're
just
very
as
decorative,
scratched.
too.
You know where to strike.
Toxic gamers. AP was being toxic to me while we were playing Splatoon of all games. This is a child's game.
Yeah. Like a very cute child's game at that. Though I can definitely see that a lot of toxicity would come out of that.
Where's shooting?
He's apologized since, but I still bring it up. It was 2 years ago. Oh man.
CC, you're about as useful as a poop-flavored popsicle.
No, I was like, oh, I'm sorry guys, I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, clearly. I was like, oh no, but I'm not playing with you anymore.
What now?
And I never played it ever again.
That's so passive-aggressive. Clearly.
Oh man.
Maybe we're finished?
Alright, so earlier today, while my wife was playing Metal Gear Solid 5, I had the stream on the other monitor, but I had it muted. And what the hell happened in Quo's run where he was like in the middle of playing Zelda and then switched to a completely different game?
Well, so Quo is like, well, you know, we're ahead of schedule, so let's fuck around, you know? Fuck around and find out. So he's like, yeah, this is a cutscene, so I'm gonna pause it. And I've run at GDQ before, but I've run other games besides, you know, Minish Cap. The other game I ran was this game called like
He's got a plan B
Tag Team Colors or something. I don't even know what the name of the game was. And then it's like a 3-minute long speedrun. So he's like, all right, well,
we're ahead. Speedrun inside of a speedrun?
Stay focused.
So he does 2 speedruns for the price of 1.
That is so deliciously meta.
It's very, very much. And he didn't tell anybody he was going to do that. So CJ and I are just like, what's happening? I mean,
that is perfect, because like I look over and all I see is like the Wii U gamepad pause screen and a completely different speedrun, and Quo is just not even looking at chat anymore. Like he's like completely wheeled around, is looking at a different screen. I was like, what is going on?
The power's gone to its head.
I was like, I thought that he like did something in law, like the run was dead, and just like decided to fill time with a completely different game.
Oh, he was just being a goober.
It's genius, though. I love it.
Listen, we're never going to accept a 3-minute long speedrun into our marathon just because the setup time would be ridiculous. You know, it would be twice as long as the actual run. But why not just do them both at the same time? I've definitely thought about that as an idea, though. So one of the other games that I run that I will be running in the marathon is Command & Conquer Generals. There's a campaign with a 25-minute auto-scroller in the middle of it.
Oh my god.
And I also speedrun Pokemon Snap, and that's a 21-minute speedrun. So I thought, what if I did a snap run in the middle of this one mission that's just 25 minutes long and
That
free?
would be beautiful.
So one of these days I'll do it.
Okay.
No, is
so-
that the guy?
Yeah, this is the guy. I've completely not explained any of this because it involves having a lot of knowledge from the first game and how this works. But this is a guy that looks like our dead boyfriend, but who is actually just an ancient, evil, angry spirit.
Interesting.
Who is just very, very mad, and he's what's been behind literally everything going wrong.
Interesting.
And yes, this is our final boss. So after this cutscene, we will have a fight. Time stops on the final hit of the boss. I will call it out. But we'll need to be ready on time.
I must tell you. Words.
How are we doing on time, by the way?
For 1,000 years.
You are at 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 55 seconds.
I'll be a little bit over estimate, but not bad.
I love you.
Yeah, just past estimate. So.
And I'm grateful.
But yeah, we're at the final
Grateful
boss
that
fight, so that's
you
fine.
Stayed with me until the end.
Not a problem.
But I couldn't save you.
It doesn't matter.
Thank you for the good luck.
Please, don't go on grieving alone.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. Hang on.
Okay.
Rest.
Yuna's ingenious plan here is to dress up like his old girlfriend and pretend to be her. To get him to pass on to the next life. Not really realizing that she has two different colored eyes, which is a very noticeable feature on a person when you're trying to impersonate somebody else who has brown eyes and you have one green eye and one blue eye. I don't know how she didn't see that that wasn't gonna work.
Wait!
So yeah, obviously the plan backfires. He gets angry, and we have to kill him anyways. So this is the fight. Basically, we're just watching for the sword to fall. It'll probably be after the next flare.
Be strong, Yuna.
And time. Ta-da!
Shurian.
And that's 10-2 any percent PC.
Don't try to tell me you understand.
Hope you all enjoyed. 241.42. It's just a sneeze overestimate. I'm cool with that, considering that it was a graveyard shift run.
Hey, good job. Great work.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think I saw 241.42, something like that.
That's what chat's saying.
Man, that was a fast boss fight. You're like, all right, final boss of the game. And I'm like, okay, cool. We got a few minutes. Nope.
Nope. Well, you got to remember, Flan is still chucking flares like it's going out of style.
That's right, man.
When?
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Silent Hero. This has been a blast. I think we had a nice chill time.
Definitely. It's a chill run. It's a good way to converse with some friends while you're doing a speed run.
1,000 years, and this moment.
Just wanted to say one more time, you did a fantastic job with that 1,000 words duet.
Thank you.
You and your wife.
That was super fun. I'm glad that we decided on the fly to do that. I think she's asleep now, but
just knowing how you feel.
It's getting a little late. So.
Yeah, she's a sleepy girl. And again, thank you for giving me the spotlight here. It is always a pleasure. I love working with you guys. It's a ton of fun,
brother. Can we? We'll have to figure out more stuff for you to do in the future.
Hey, just hit me up. You know where to find me.
Sounds like a plan. All right, hang on. Let's get you switched off here. So.
Far to look back now. Rest, Shurian.
All right.
Rest with me.
And away we go. Maybe. Who knows? Technical difficulties.
I was staying quiet.
I know. It's all good.
Let's go.
How long is this cutscene for?
A long time.
A very long time.
Very, very long time.
Is her spirit version talking?
Yes.
It's a different person. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think we're ready to switch off. All right, and we switch.
Okay, am I good to hit stop streaming now, or?
Yes, you're good to go.
Okay.
Yay! Woo! All right. All right, I think we're gonna move you out to green room. All right, everybody. That was Final Fantasy X-2. Hope you enjoyed it. Nice 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40. You know, a little bit of change on that, but great run from Silent Hero. Always a pleasure. He did a run on Road to SpeedDocsAthon, which was equally interesting. So, but yeah, how's everyone doing tonight? We're kind of doing a bit of a late night switch up. One of our runners had to dip out because of some critical family issues. So, what's his name? Aragold had to dip out for something. So, we are replacing that. Maydos, it's all good. Listen, it's late night. Late night Co's time. But Hatsune Miku Project Diva coming up with Dale Duck and Animated Elf. You're in for a treat. We're not really quite sure what this treat is going to be, but it's a rhythm game of some kind. It's going to be something, that's for sure. So yeah, sit tight and enjoy. But yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to mention, this is SpeedDocsAthon. We're raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. They are, let me read the blurb. I should probably do that. A good idea. I don't know what the fuck. St. Jude's Children's Hospital is a pediatric treatment and research facility focused on children's catastrophic diseases, helps treat leukemia and other cancers. The hospital costs $2.8 million a day to run, but patients are not charged for their care. As of 2012, 81 cents of every dollar donated to St. Jude goes directly to its research and treatment. The mission of St. Jude's Children's Hospital is to advance cures and means of prevention for pediatric catastrophic diseases through research and treatment. Consistent with the vision of their founder, Danny Thomas, no child is denied treatment based on race, religion, or family's ability to pay. So they're out here doing great work for kids. If your kid is sick, you know, with the worst kind of stuff, St. Jude's is there. And even if it's like super expensive and stuff like that to care for these kids, they're going to get the best care and their families are not going to get charged for that. And it's a really, really phenomenal organization that's changing lives. That's seriously out there changing people's lives. So please consider donating. It's a really great organization. So, but also to remind you guys, this is SpeedDocsAthon. You might be asking, I don't know who SpeedDocs is. What is SpeedDocs? What is SpeedDocsAthon? I am half of SpeedDocs. SpeedDocs is a speedrunning documentary YouTube channel. We do videos about speedrun histories and covering multiple types of games. We do most recent video we just put out. We just put it out yesterday. Well, I guess Thursday. It's officially Saturday now. On Thursday we put out Donkey Kong Country 2 any percent speedrun history. Check that out. We've also done videos on The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap, Tony Hawk's Underground, Pokemon Snap, Kirby's Air Ride. We've done many games, and we're going to keep doing many more. So next up is Luigi's Mansion. That video is coming out hopefully in the next month or two. But beyond that, you can actually donate toward what video we're going to do next. We have 3 that are sort of on the docket in no particular order. Let me double check what those are. Not what they are, but you know where they are right now. So you can vote for those the entire marathon. That's Jak 3, Jak and Daxter series, right? Jak 3, any %. Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. That's Ratchet 2. That's the second game, right? New Game Plus, no IMG, right? So if you like Ratchet and Clank, that video would be up next. Or Final Fantasy IX. Currently, Jak 3 is at $13. Ratchet and Clank is at $35. And Final Fantasy is at $50 and change. So if you want to donate towards what video you'd like to see next, we got a couple people out here chanting for Final Fantasy IX. Make sure to put your money where your mouth is, all right? Whenever you're donating, if you'd like to donate, but whenever you donate, make sure you're going through and you're selecting which one you want to donate towards. Make sure you pick what video you want to vote towards. Just as a reminder, when you do donate, if you do donate, I should say, you can pick I think they're called targets and polls, but more or less they have like donation incentives, like the showcase, the DN2 skip for Super Mario Galaxy, or the B-movie game All Speedway Races, or the Resogun upgrade difficulty to experience Bid Wars. All of those Bid Wars, you can donate to those, as well as like a poll of like what color should this character be, or what's the skater's name, or what character are they going to play in Hello Kitty Cruisers, right? Those are the things you can donate towards, but you can donate towards the donation goal of like a total number of donations, or you can donate towards you can donate towards the donation goal and a bid war. So make sure you're doing that if you are donating. All right, let me check in and see where we are on setup. Hang on.
Oh, it ended.